Hello Seekers, welcome to Pages Astrology, your one-stop Astro channel. Mars is now out of Gemini, has now gone to the Cancer zodiac sign. Cancer being the sign of debilitation, Mars is now once again going to face a tough time until the end of July. Why? Because now Mars is going to go debilitated until this date that you can see on the screen. And thereafter, Mars will be with Ketu in the sign of Leo. Now, when Mars is weak, you must focus on your energies, conservation of your physical self, conservation of your physical energies, and there can be a lot of emotional outbursts in many cases. This can create sudden collapse of energies for people who have very strong Mars, such as somebody who has Mars in Agni Tattva Rashi, Mars with Rahu, or exalted Mars in Capricorn. If you're running a Mars Mahadasha, Mars Antardasha, or if you're Aries or Scorpio moon sign, then this is going to affect your mind, your mental health at a very large level. Mars is the planet of energy, willpower, dedication, devotion, masculinity. And in Kark Rashi, it is as if you are asking a soldier to go back and train itself. That means it's all learning once again, it's not field work, it's not the place where Mars can showcase its talent or true strength, and that is why it's debilitated. Which means that this is going to affect all of us on an emotional level, and we will spend more time thinking and planning rather than actually executing the task. So suddenly if you're feeling this lethargy, suddenly if you're feeling that there is a lack of motivation, or suddenly there are tensions in the family, fight between brothers, an unnecessary war, unnecessary ups and downs, you might understand that this can be Mars playing along with Saturn Rahu collision in Pisces. Now when Mars is in Kark Rashi, it now comes in trine with the 5 planetary conjunction in the Pisces zodiac sign. That means if you keep Mars on the ascendant, all the 5 planets will fall in the 9th house, which means the dharma of Mangal is in question. That means you might fight for causes that are actually wrong, but you might assume it to be the right cause, justifiable cause. So when you're going to give your 200% for something, you need to focus and you need to have a rational thought process whether what you're doing is right or what you're doing is wrong. Mars is the physical self. As the concept of energy, Mars is your food. Mars is your muscles. Mars is your willpower. How can you regulate that? Number 1, be prepared to have simple diet. Avoid alcohol, avoid non-veg, and avoid all kind of tamasic food. Otherwise, it will trigger a very bad emotional response, especially for people who have weak moon and weak Surya, sun. Now, when Mars is moving in Kark Rashi, it will explore 3 nakshatras, primarily the Pushya and the Ashlesha. Pushya Mars is very positive, very soft-hearted Mars, very compassionate. But as soon as Mars goes into Ashlesha, the poison of the surroundings will force you to retreat and can make you toxic. So stay away from toxic environment, toxic emotions, toxic people. This is the time to rejuvenate. This is the time to focus more on surrender and recovery. Now for this, definitely you will have to tune your physical self, your physical well-being, because that is the call of the time. The energies have to be tuned in the right manner, along with your chakras, along with the breathing, the shwasa. So the shwasa sanchalan, or the regulation of the breath, is very, very important, because that will counter the negative thoughts in your mind and will help you remove the toxins from the body. It is kind of a time where you do detoxification. But if you try to detox in the morning and drink alcohol in the night, and same thing if you do it with your emotions, then you are balancing it in a very negative way. You are playing a dangerous game. So in this case, I will say be very, very positive, optimistic in life, and never think about the negative emotion, even for once. Now when Mars goes in the Kark Rashi, it starts affecting the Kark Rashi, that means the Cancer zodiac sign, the Capricorn, and also it impacts the Aquarius zodiac sign and Libra zodiac sign. So these are the 4 zodiacs which are highly impacted. So if you are either of this Rashi, that means moon sign, sun sign, or ascendant, you are impacted the most, and you have to take the greatest precaution. remedies are also more applicable to you. Having a Kundali in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that, you can book a Kundali PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts, but also detailed Shodashvak chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundali PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundali PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website. Now for Aries, Mars in the 4th house can create trouble related to wealth, property, assets, and health of the mother can be in question. If your moon is good, it can still be managed. If your moon is bad, better to take all these things into as a serious matter, and you look into this deeply. Also, there can be sudden changes in the home, there can be sudden loss or sudden repairs. People who are trying to set up an office, set up any kind of institution, or you are trying to register for something, be careful. You need to do it before Mars enters into Ashlesha. Taurus will face a 3rd house Mars. Now this is a dilemma. Mars becomes Bali, or it gains the directional strength in the 3rd house, because Mars is the Karaka of the 3rd house. If the Karaka of the 3rd house goes in the 3rd house, it shows potential. But because Mars is weak, you might see that you have the potential, but you cannot do anything for that. And this can cause irritation and frustration. And for this, you need to keep doing, keep working, keep moving, do the karma, but stop worrying about it. Maybe the guidance of an astrologer, guru, or even an elderly person will be helpful. You may have an injury on your shoulder or lower back or spine. So be careful while you're playing or doing something that involves heavy load. Now when you see the Gemini, Mars goes in the 2nd house. A 2nd house Mars can restrict food, can create gum or teeth related problems, can create inflammation of throat. So try to avoid fluctuating temperatures and try to be indoors in this extreme heat, and try to follow a very sattvic diet. Also, a debilitated Mars can make you overstate something, overcommit something, and also let your emotions flow through in the form of words to a wrong person. Rather find the right platform and speak up. Let your emotions go out. In such cases, a meditation kriya such as our Hiranya kriya or any other meditation practice will be very helpful in releasing your inner emotions. 2nd house is family and values, and that is going to get affected. So don't worry, you just have to stand firm on your ground. Cancer. For Cancer ascendant, Mars on your head is going to play with your emotions. It is also going to create water imbalance in the body. So drink plenty of water. There is always a chance of dehydration and sunstroke. With Mars little weaker, especially towards the Ashlesha Nakshatra, you have to control your urges to react to situation. You have to control your urge to react to people saying something about you. You may not be able to take the criticism properly or even a joke. So in this case, try to be very serious and create that aura that you are here to be a little reserved. Otherwise, small things may hurt you big time. Take care of your physical self by doing yoga, pranayam, and asanas like Hatha Yoga. Asanas such as Padmasana, a simple Padmasana, Jnana Mudra, Samana Mudra. These things will help you in the long run. Just a concentration method such as Tratak will help you a lot. We will launch a Cancer Ascendant specific yoga and meditation. If you want to join, please contact our team. For Leo, this is going to be a 12th house Mars. A 12th house Mars is infamous for creating problems when you are traveling abroad. Especially, it can create emotional surges, ups and downs, and homesickness when you're alone. So in this case, what you have to do is to put your entire feet on your health. Do not negotiate with your health. And here, if you are having any kind of Martian influence on your ascendant, then this simply means that there can be injuries. So in this case, you will have to be very, very careful. Precaution is better than cure. The people involved in hospitals, people involved in hospital supplies, pharmaceutical industry, transport business, aviation, export and import may see some fluctuation. That means there will be days when there will be lots of profit and suddenly there will be a patch when you're getting nothing. Do the average, do the math. Virgo. Now in case of Virgo, Mars goes in the 11th house. 11th house is house of networking, friends, income, gains, and Mars is going to affect all of this. For Virgo ascendant, Mars is a very unique planet. Why? Because Mars is your 8th lord, also your 3rd lord, 8th and 8th from 8th. So Mars has the potential to create major changes. Virgo is going to see a karmic shift that you have never seen before. And ultimately it will be in your favor. So I will say just go with the flow and ride the boat, ride the tide, don't fight it. Sometimes enduring a little bit of pain may give you a lot of relief in the future. So treat it like that. But still, I will say, don't trust everybody that says good about you. Don't trust everybody that says bad about anybody else. This is the time to be focused on your own life. There can be changes in the network circle. Somebody whom you trusted may betray you. So in this case, chanting Hanuman Chalisa or doing a Hanuman Havan can be very, very helpful. Now you can do a Hanuman Havan on 12th of April during the Hanuman Jayanti day. It will be a good day to worship Bhagwan Hanuman, and you also should take a sankalp of 100 Hanuman Chalisa, and it will be really, really supportive in balancing the Martian energies. Otherwise, these emotions fight with the in-laws, and even if you are an elderly person, this can create tussle or problems with the spouse of your children. So try to maintain a balanced emotion here. Libra. Now in case of Libra ascendant, if you see the position of Mars is in the 10th house. A 10th house Mars indirectly connects with your career. It also creates situation where work-life balance can take a hit. This might also mean that in spite of putting all your efforts for few days, you might not see the recognition, or you might suddenly see that there are challenges in your own house, in your own family, in your own marriage that is interfering with your career. Or on the contrary, your career is interfering with your marriage. Either of this, you need to consider this as a serious problem and address it immediately. Do not sit on the problem, try to resolve it as soon as possible. New changes in career is very much possible. This might also mean that some decisions that you take in your career may not be well taken, well accepted by your life partner. People who are in the business sector, especially who are in the Navy, Merchant Navy, who are in the export and import, who does logistics, transport, export and import, should be a little careful here. Mars also can create a sense of entitlement and also a sense of judgment. You might also retaliate thinking that you are strong and you deserve the retaliation, but you may fail to recognize your true strength. So this is the time first you know your talent, know your true strength, and then you give it back. For Scorpio, your ascendant lord will be in the 9th house and everything else is in the 5th house. So now this means that in spite of Jupiter aspecting your ascendant, because your ascendant lord is weak, you might ignore the advice and might get confused with multiple people saying multiple things. So if you are getting multiple opinion about something and you are too confused, don't do anything. Go with the flow, believe in yourself, and trust the most knowledgeable person that you know. Taking a cross advice from a professional front will be a good idea here. People who are traveling abroad, people who are traveling overseas, or people who are relocating should be a little careful, because your expenses can go very, very high, and it may be unexpected, unplanned expenses or even risks. So be careful. Even when you're driving, you need to be careful. If you have low back problems, be careful when you're doing the gym or lifting heavy weights. For Sagittarius, Mars going in the Cancer zodiac sign is an 8th house. Mars is good for occult, it's good for overall success, but this Mars can also create tensions with your in-laws and tensions in your family. But a debilitated Mars means not a lot is going to happen, but there will be a lot of sound, a lot of noise, less of action. So in this case, being polite is a very good way. Being humble is a very good way. So Mars is also your 5th lord, and when 5th lord goes in the 8th house, the tendency to take risk becomes very high. And if you're taking risk with Mars getting debilitated and a lot of happening in your 4th house, especially risk related to property, assets, real estate, investments, then this can redirect into a very different tangent and create a lot of problems financially. So this is the time when you play very safe when it comes to the matter of money and marriage. Capricorn. Now in case of Capricorn, Mars is going to move in your 7th house, directly impacting your married life. This is also going to impact the circumstance if you're not married or if you're elderly. So this is the time when you stop taking advice, unnecessary advices. Right advice is okay, but sharing too much, sharing to people who really don't care about you, and overdoing something, overcommitting something is a bad idea. 7th house Mars can create emotional disturbances in the family. It can create challenging situation. If you have said something, things can spread like wildfire, things can backfire. And what you have to do is maintain a calm and composed nature and be forgiving, be compassionate. This is the time to spend some quality time with your family, and maybe you can go on a trip, on a leisure travel. And especially if you are closely connected with the nature, Mars in Cancer will give you a very, very good vibe. If you can go near to a river and stay there for some time, and you will see that the Mars is going to give you a very calming emotion here. Meditation such as Tibetan meditation, Tibetan bowl meditation, Nada Brahma Pranayam, Om chanting, all this will still your mind and you can become a very good writer. You can write your experience here. After all, Saturn has moved into your 3rd house, and this gives you a little chance to breathe and rest. Yes, if you want to keep moving, if you want to hustle, then the energy may not be adequate. For Aquarius, Mars is going to move in your 6th house. A 6th house Mars, debilitated Mars, can be a bit challenging for your career, for your job, for your day-to-day activities. Things can become overwhelming. There can be multiple things coming all at once. Now in your case, Mars is your career lord. It's your 10th lord, it's your 3rd lord. And when 3rd lord, 10th lord goes in the 6th house and it gets debilitated, then the Upachya houses, the house responsible for your living, day-to-day activity, regular life, gets affected by this energy, and everything else makes you emotional. Everything becomes a little tough and little difficult to move in the right direction, because a 10th house Mars is a very strong Mars, but a 6th house Mangal, which wants to give you a lot of courage in your life and wants to make you win, does not have strength to make you win. So you will have to apply extra efforts for everything. This can also create trouble with your people who work with you, your peers, or people who report to you. Be careful. For Pisces, this is going to be Mars transit in the 5th house, and a 5th house Mars transit, a debilitated one, can create false emotion of love, romance, and you have to be very careful, and you have to see your full life before you commit your relationship. If you know what you're doing, then you should also be ready to accept the consequences. Now this is a time where your 9th lord goes in the 5th house, and when your 9th lord is going in the 5th house, it is going Bhavad Bhavam. Your 2nd lord is also going in the 5th house. So this is a position wise a very good transit. So it's not that negative. When Mars goes in the 5th, it just can create some stomach related problems. It can create some emotional situation with your children. You may get some scare, health scare, nothing serious. But 5th house Mars is a time when you focus more on learning and education. I'm considering only Mars here because I know a lot of planets are overshadowing your ascendant. So what Mars does may be overlooked because too many things are happening on your head. So in this case, meditation is mandatory. From the remedy side, Hanuman Chalisa is the best remedy when Mars goes in Cancer. This is the time when the energies of Mars, the strong masculine energies, surrenders. And there is only one Devata who has surrendered in spite of being the Ati Balashali, which is Bhagwan Hanuman. So you also need to find an idol such as Bhagwan Sri Ram and follow the footsteps that Bhagwan Ram has followed, and reading Ramcharitmanas, Hanuman Chalisa, Hanuman Ashtak, Panchamukhi Hanuman Stotra, Sundarkand Path is very, very helpful. And not just reading the Sanskrit or the vernacular language, but also understanding the meaning behind it. Otherwise, it is just a recitation of some language. On 12th of April, Hanuman Jayanti is being celebrated. It's the day where Bhagwan Hanuman was born. It's a very, very auspicious day. And any remedy that connects Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu can be corrected by praying to Mata Durga or Bhagwan Hanuman. And after this Navratra, another opportunity that you're getting to resolve the Martian issues in your horoscope. And what a good time that Mars is debilitated. The time will be at on Hanuman Jayanti, 12th of April. So if you want to book your puja, very limited slots are available. Do send me your details on the WhatsApp and we will get back to you shortly. And if you want to do something by your own, reading 100 Hanuman Chalisa is a very, very good option on 12th of April. Avoid wearing red color usually, but on 12th you can wear red and do the puja. And donate somebody who is in need of some food, because food is energy. I hope you liked the video. Do like and share the video among family and friends. Do not forget to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. Also, if you want to book a Kundali PDF report, which I mentioned in the opening section of the video, check the link in the description. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, namaste. Having a Kundali in your pocket, in your phone, in your tablet will come handy, because whenever there is a transit and you are watching such videos, you can directly go to your horoscope and check how it is related to your own horoscope. How is the Dasha Mahadasha right now running in your life? And for that, you can book a Kundali PDF report, which is an elaborate report, a system-generated 300 plus pages report, which caters to your need of all the astrology data. It feeds you with not only your basic charts, but also detailed Shodash work chart, divisional charts, all the types of Dasha, Mahadasha, Antardashas, and also an overview of 10 years of your life with current year predictions. This gives you a great guidance and a bird's eye view of your life in the future, how the future holds for you, and you can decide for yourself whether you want to take that step that you are thinking of. So book your Kundali PDF today and keep the destiny in your own hands. You will get a bonus numerology section if you book our detailed Kundali PDF. For more types of PDF reports catering to different yogas, catering to all the 20-year analysis, 10-year analysis, check out the website.